Well, Gary, this is our first game, I guess, against League Two opposition. Was today about looking for a measure about how we would be playing against teams in our own league?
No, I think it was just about thinking about ourselves really and trying to find an improvement from the two previous games. You know, in certain parts of the two previous games we've played well, but today was trying to put in a more complete performance. And I still think, you know, the game we lose the game on penalties, but when I analyse the game back quickly, I think for the majority of the game we were the better team. You know, and we certainly had 2 or 3 chances to get ourselves back level in the first half that we never took. But because you don't take them, then when they get a chance, you know, you're relying on Ryan, who made a couple of good saves to make sure that they scored and they go 2-0. And then I thought the second half, you know, it was for 15-20 minutes, it was quite non-eventful. And then I thought the 20-25 minutes of the second half, we were the team on top again. And our fitness was good, you know, 3 games in a week. And we looked at a team that was finishing the game stronger, and you know, it was a hot day today as well. So for that side of it, pleasing. But obviously, the thing that I'm unhappy about, and the reason that we never won the game, is 3 minutes into the game, we weren't organised at a set play. And that, the small details can come back to hurt you, and that's what happened today.
You started today with rewarding Michael McFarlane a start.
Yeah.
You have been pleased with him in previous games?
I have, you know, and he's a young boy, and as I said to you before the game, he's going to have ups and downs, but the 2 games he came on, he done well, and I thought he deserved a start. And I think today, naturally, his first start in senior football, he was a wee bit hesitant, a wee bit nervous, because it's different starting a game, you know, the expectation and just coming on where you're sort of playing free really, and you can just go on and do what you want to do. So, listen, Michael as a player is, you know, yes, we'll be playing him just now, but he's also one that we've got to try and develop and not ask too much of him. But today I thought he deserved his start, and as I say, I think he can only get better the more that we work with him.
Yeah, you see, you were disappointed about, you know, early on in the game and losing that early goal. You know, it was disappointed in the second phase of play in terms of, you know, not picking that second ball up after the free kick. Biggest
disappointed because we needed an extra man in the wall, and we were slow to organise that, and it looked like the wall didn't know what they were doing, but they did. We just needed to free up an extra man. That took too long to organise, and then once the guy hits the free kick, yeah, I'm disappointed that when it comes off the bar, they get the first ball and then they get the second ball. That's about reactions, you know, that's what I spoke to the players about, that these small details, you know, you've got to have a pride in your defending. You know, you've got to celebrate clearing a free kick, or like if you watch the Italians in the Euros, you know, they take real pride, and we've got to get that into our game. You know, we've got to stop conceding the goals, the early goals, and you know, for the players, they've lost their 2 games against difficult oppositions, and 5 minutes into their 3rd game they're a goal behind. That's very difficult mentally as well. But to be fair to them, they gathered themselves and they came again, and as I said, you know, we've missed, I'll say for 6 yards, we've missed 3 chances, one, and they've all went over the bar. You know, worst case you've got to make, and there are no snapshots of that, you know, they've all got time to go and put the ball in the net. And if you take a couple of them, it's different, and then we don't take them, and it takes a save for Goody in the last minute of the first half to stop us going in 2-0. So they are definitely areas that we've got to improve. But you know, there was also good things as well that were pleasing.
And like you said, Hilton had an immediate effect. I feel when he came on, he started, you know, some interesting moves down the line. He had a lob that the keeper saved well.
Yeah, listen, we had to take care of Jinky today. He had to come off at air with his hip flexor. So that was the reason they didn't start the day, because, you know, in the attacking areas of the pitch with Ryan Shanley having to isolate, you know, we had to make sure that if we started Jinky the day and his hip flexor went, then we were going to lose him. You know, we know Ryan won't be back for Wednesday, so I had to try and protect the squad a wee bit there. So that was the reason he never started. But yeah, he had a good impact when he came on. He's a good player. You know, there's still things he's got to do better for us as a team, you know, and release the ball a wee bit quicker and things like that. But he did do well when he came on today, and he added a different dimension to our play.
Regardless of the, you know, the strike was net bound, I feel, and it was a bit of deflection. It ended up in the back of the net, but more now looking forward to Wednesday. We're kind of improving the position that we're in the group, unfortunately. So, you know, what's your thoughts for?
No, we want to try and win the game. You know, we want to. It's a last game, a last competitive game, I should say, before we go into our first game against Albion Rovers. So we need to improve on things that we've done. And that's what we'll be looking for, an improvement in our offensive and our defensive play. You know, but listen, Albion Rovers, they've improved. We had a difficult game here last year for the people that aren't here, and I came and watched them against Ayr United, and they were well drilled and they were organised and fit. Anybody that comes here is going to have a difficult game. You know, I think people sometimes think I've got this in their head, or Albion Rovers. It's not like that, you know. So I knew it was going to be a difficult game, and it gave us an early indication of what the game's going to be like when we play them in 2 weeks' time. So, as I say, I wanted to win the game. You know, we've ended up losing it on penalties, but it's time just for us all to go away and look at the video stuff and make sure that we improve. And definitely the things that I've highlighted to the players, that we work on that and make sure that they don't happen again.
Okay, thanks very much, Gary.
Cheers, Callum.